So a while back I saw this video from ToastyDK about Pogo double footstool, and I had to see what I could cook up with Falcon. Here's how it went in the lab. First, let's look at what we can do, and then we'll look at whether or not we actually want it. Falcon's options out of a normal grounded footstool are Falcon kick, and sometimes up B with a little bit of fancy drifting. Now Pogo unlocks down air as a follow-up thanks to the height loss, but unfortunately this is not universal. When you footstool someone, the height that you start your jump from depends on where their head goes during their animation, and since everybody's animation is unique, whether or not you can reach them with the stomp afterwards is going to be character dependent. The first thing you're probably going to notice about Pogo is that it's useless on flat ground. The Pogo down air is strictly worse than just tech chasing with a normal down air, or near one, because it creates some extra air time, but that's where the platforms come into play. About half of the roster will give you enough height to land on the platform after the stomp, which opens up some really cool combo routes that we'll look at in a minute. I made this handy little chart to show the tallest platform you can land on after a successful Pogo stomp on each character. This cost me 2 days, both my hands, and about 2 weeks before I could hold the controller again, so please like and subscribe. We're also quickly going to talk about how Falcon can land a footstool in the first place. Here's what we're working with. Nair 1 starting around 20%, down air technically starting around 50, but it gets pretty consistent at around 60. Falling up air around 40 if you really miss Smash 4, jab block pratfall, and the Beefy Smash Doods ledge jump setup. And that's about it. Also, remember that footstools can be short hopped or full hopped, and here we need the short hop version. We're going into our first footstool expecting to go for Pogo here, so there's a couple things that we're going to want to do. First, we want to burn our double jump before actually landing the footstool. We'll do this by mashing the jump button as we get close to them. Now I can already hear the tap jump users typing propaganda in my comments, but let me finish. After the footstool, before we reach the apex of our jump, we want to start holding down on the control stick. We do expect them to roll underneath the platform for cover. Holding down while we're still rising will allow us to pass through the platforms on the way down without fast falling. We follow their tech roll and mash jump again to catch the second footstool for free, and we can just press A to start the down air because we're already holding down on the stick. The timing is extremely easy. Falcon's fall speed lines up perfectly with the tech roll, and you don't need to fast fall at all. The tap jump auto footstool method needs us to hold up on the control stick, which means it's useless because now we can't pass through the platform, which is the whole reason that we're doing this. Now a quick side note, Pogo is only really useful for covering a tech roll after the footstool. It's possible to cover a tech in place or maybe even to miss tech into a buffered roll, but that's a rabbit hole and it's not really worth going down because this is already pretty niche. Okay, now here's the fun part.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Let's look at what this opens up. We can put the follow-ups into 3 different groups. They stay below the platform, they're forced to tech on the platform, or they get launched above the platform. If you land the Pogo dare from about 30 to 50%, you might be able to drop through the platform with an aerial. This is unreliable though, because there isn't much wiggle room before they're either teching on the floor or teching on the flat. A taller platform will give you a larger percent window for this type of follow-up, but you'll be restricted to a smaller pool of characters. One small thing to be mindful of, if the platform is low like Battlefield, and the character is tall like Ganon, the excess height will make you waste extra frames before you land. This can make it tricky to do a plat drop aerial afterwards, since plat drops don't buffer. You'll want to add a little fast fall during the hit lag of your down air to make things more consistent. There's a smallish window where landing the down air at about 50 to 60% will force a tech situation up on the platform with you. It sucks that the window is so small because this is a really good position to be in. Since the space is so limited, you can cover every option with a down smash or corner them into a roll read Falcon punch. Do whatever you want, there's a lot of ways to secure a stock here. After Stomp stops forcing techs, there's a little bit of a blind spot where we either follow up with something weak but true, or go for a kill and risk losing to the match. Things get comfortable again around 70%. You can start killing outright with Stomp F smash, Stomp up smash, Stomp Raptor Boost lead, go crazy. Now, as cool as these platform routes are, there's a pretty obvious problem. The opportunity cost is terrible. You're hitting Nair 1 and Stomp to just kill them, especially on stages like Battlefield and PS2. Just extend off the side platforms normally and you can kill them without adding an extra tech chase. In order for this to be useful, you would either need a situation where you're not trading a free kill for a footstool, or a situation where the footstool routes could reasonably kill when other options wouldn't. So here's what I'm thinking so far. The best use, or at least the one with the lowest opportunity cost, is probably the Beefy Smash ledge jump setup. It's more like an option select than anything else, so you don't really lose out on anything for trying. Plus, you're not having to combo into the footstool, so this can work at any percent. The only trouble here is that they probably won't tech the footstool in the first place. That part will depend on how popular that setup gets, or how often you hit your friends with it. The second best case is the situation we talked about earlier, where they'd be forced to tech on the platform after the down air. That percent range can be a little awkward, because they're often too high to do Falcon's low percent kill combos, but too low to just kill them unless they're already in the corner. So going for a Pogo here can set up for a kill where otherwise you'd just be racking up percent. It's also worth mentioning that Pogo might be good against characters with frame 1 combo breakers. You may not want to risk going for a shaky stomp knee if you could die to Luigi Cyclone, for example, so you could do a safe guaranteed up air, or you could footstool and look for a kill from a risk-free tech chase. And that's going to do it for this video. Pogo is a very cool tech, and Falcon can do a lot with it, but you would be hard-pressed to find an actual use for it beyond some flashy clips. That said, go get some flashy clips, and I will see you next time.